Good afternoon for all of you viewers out there and to the rest of the Dota 2 world. This is Sensei, your caster and analyst here in the Southeast Asian qualifiers for the International 2018 competition. Right now, we are on our second game between TNC Tigers and Entity Gaming. So what we'll just have a small recap about what happened a while ago. On the first game, TNC Tigers and Entity Gaming just faced up, but then it was supposed to be in TNC's favor for the early game, and they had to have an early to mid-game dominance over Entity Gaming, provided that Entity Gaming had late-game heroes, especially Dragon Knight as well as Medusa. But then, while they were able, or TNC Tigers was able to properly shut down Dragon Knight in the early game with a 7-death streak, they practically neglected Medusa, and by then, in the early or the middle part of the mid-game, Medusa just was a force to be reckoned with. And now we have the second game here between TNC Tigers and Entity Gaming. And what we see here is in TNC Tigers, we have Tusk, Lycan, and Jakiro. As for Entity Gaming, they have Warlock, Night Stalker, and Wind Ranger, and we're waiting for the fourth hero. And while we're waiting for the fourth hero, just would want to remind all of those who are just watching right now, just tuned in, that if you want to have your name shout out or just comment and just suggest things that we could make your experience with Ncgc Esports casting much more enjoyable, you could log in and get with us at our Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Ncgc Esports. And for Facebook, we have fb.com/Ncgc Esports. And we would appreciate it for constructive criticisms and suggestions and even commendations if you find good things about our casting. And we would be more than welcome and warm about that. And again, for those of you just watching right now, we hope you enjoy your stay here with us. And we just would want to have you with us and have a great time as we cast the second game of this matchup. And now we have the fourth pick here. It is Ember Spirit. So Ember Spirit here would be another mainstay for Entity Gaming. Tusk was gotten by TNC Tigers, and right now, a while ago it was Entity Gaming's. And we have Lina as well. And a huge shout out now to Romel Lubiano. Yeah, shout out, dude. Yeah. So, hi to Romel, and we hope you enjoy. And by the way, for those of you who are just tuned in for the first time here with us in Ncgc Esports, we are going to broadcast this in English. So, we hope you don't get puzzled why we're doing this in English. It's just the way it is. So, you could also catch us with our English-Tagalog bit during Wednesdays. We have the face-off event every Wednesdays about 6 p.m. More or less. We'll just be updating you, and just click like and follow Ncgc Esports page so that you will get notified as soon as we are up online and live as we stream our games as well as the International 2018 competition. So as for the bans here and the matchup between TNC Tigers and Entity Gaming, TNC Tigers just don't want Beastmaster there. Beastmaster was the problem of TNC Tigers in the first game, just hacking away and just providing the much needed stun, that shout of his. And there's also that Medusa for the second shout. Everyone's shouting for Entity Gaming in the setup a while ago in the first game, so they had to ban Beastmaster. We also have Mirana, Shadow Shaman, this is... Wait. It's the tip of my tongue. Yeah, we have also Slark as soon as I get back to that. As for Entity Gaming, we have Io, Omni Knight, Chen, Silencer, Magnetor, yeah, Magnus or Magnetor. Mind me for my first edition Dota language. I've been playing Dota ever since, but yeah, sometimes I might be blabbering names taken from the first edition, so please bear with me. And here we have Oracle for the fifth pick, and an Entity Gaming ban on Faceless Void. So there you have it. And we're just waiting for the fifth pick of Entity Gaming. Anyway, until right now, we have just seen Medusa being banned. So we have seen
10 seconds.
Beastmaster and Medusa, the two most problematic heroes that Entity Gaming has used against TNC Tigers, get banned for the second game. They are not taking chances. And with the setup right now, as what we can see, Warlock here, Night Stalker, Wind Ranger, and Ember Spirit is very much suited for the mid game. We are expecting Entity Gaming to dominate in the mid game. In the early game, it would be TNC Tigers, as well as most probably a little bit into the late game. But then on the late game, it's going to be a 50-50 matchup between these two, depending on the fifth man of Entity Gaming. But right now, for early game dominance, if TNC Tigers are able to dominate on the first 15 minutes, we would be expecting most probably that they would have a 70% chance of winning this game, in my opinion. But as soon as it's not really that much of a difference and the mid game happens and Entity Gaming just whoops their faces off their bodies, Entity Gaming will have a 70% chance of winning. And with Spectre here, as soon as Spectre is not shut down in the early to mid game, it will be Spectre's ball game into the late game. So late game right now might be for Entity Gaming. Based on the hero selection, they're much tougher, but TNC Tigers has a much more damage output per second combined with their skills. So we have Tusk here, Crucifer, Foil 58 as Lycan, K as Jakiro, In Your Dream as Lina, 1437 as Oracle, Joe Beezy as Warlock, Rotten as Night Stalker, Noya as Wind Ranger, Ping Venchek is Ember Spirit, and Black is Spectre. So who would it be? Place your comments below in your Facebook page. Who would win the second game of this matchup between TNC Tigers and Entity Gaming? As for me, I will not be declaring my favorite choice yet, but you have my prediction of what's gonna happen or might probably happen here in the first match or in the second match.
Prepare for battle.
Those of you who just tuned in and just watched right now and just linked up with our Facebook page or Twitch, we welcome you. This is Sensei. I am Sensei, and I'll be your caster and analyst for this game between TNC Tigers and Entity Gaming. So what we have seen is TNC Tigers just keeping in the shadows for a probable gank. They want to give a dose of what they got in the first game. They just lost to Entity Gaming, and now they want to make a statement right away in the first few seconds. Now they are ganking and flanking here, catching anyone off guard, but also putting in wards here. And while we're waiting for a probable attack and gank here,
30 seconds.
huge shout out to Miles Cabrido and Domar Loves Sendy. Yeah, and also Christian Madelozo. We hope you're gonna enjoy this second game here as we deliver it to you live straight from the Philippines, especially in Davao City. This is Ncgc Esports, and we are here for you. So Black here has been discovered, but he won't be much of an effect here as the two Tigers here are just waiting for the rune here. They're about to steal that, so there's one and one of each, and we're just waiting for the other two runes there. So Noya getting a couple of them. Or rather, there are 3 runes gotten by TNC Tigers. They just want to give a small bully statement. We're getting it for the first time around. But we'll see much more action here. It's a 2-1-2 setup here. So it's K and 1437 is going to be facing off against Black, and as well as Joe Beezy here. As for the bottom lane, we have Tusky Rotten and 458 and Noya. And we're seeing some action here. Black is being harassed quite early in the game. Joe Beezy just providing damage in the sidelines, but then Jakiro is very aggressive with a dual breath there. Oracle just spamming the hits there against Joe Beezy. A battle of intelligent heroes. So we're just waiting for someone to just make a faltering movement go down. Sepher here is almost just about dead, and we're expecting an action here. Lycan has been casted by Rotten here. So what a Rotten move. He was just voided there by And there's Warlock just casting the Fatal Bonds on the two of them, and they're just countering the attacks that have been done there. So Tusk easy with the Ice Shards, just not connecting and not trapping anyone. And it's about anyone's ball game right now. Who would get the first blood? Right now, comment below or just comment who you think would have the first blood here. So there's Spectre being hit, but then does not connect. Oracle just not being able to penetrate much into the defense there. So it's not yet Fortune's end for Black there. It's quite tanky hero. And Lycan is facing off Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger quick for a wind run and does not connect with a probable kill. So again, for those of you who just tuned in, comment below who would be the first death here, who would have a first blood here, and see how your prediction would go. So Joe busy pulling creeps here and there. Stand-in 458 here is just minding his own business. And Oracle here is just harassing Warlock, just fending him off. K is just harassing Black there. A one-on-one action there going on. And 458 has just been casted and is being harassed now, but then quite deep into enemy territory. The towers are just proving to be too tough for the heroes to even tank right now.
You didn't need that.
So we have Lina Networth. Yeah, we expect that. In the middle lane, they'll just be having creep kills and such. But then, surprisingly here, Ember Spirit has been outclassed by Lina in the mid lane, but not totally. So there's the Ice Shards. Zephyr blocking Joe Breezy, trying to flank him. Fate's End is cast on Tusk, or not yet. Not yet, he's just being hit. And a very excellent blocking technique by Zephyr there. Just doing the 1-2 step up cha-cha there and blocking Warlock out of his wits. It seems that Warlock just had two left feet there and an almost double gang here in the middle, but then Tusk and Lina just has to back out. Black just seeking the comfort of the tower, and again, for those of you who just stated that the first death would be on Warlock, congratulations! Betlords in the house, and we'll see more of your predictions later. For those of you who want to predict more, be much more there we go. 458 being trapped there. Lycan just running. The wolf is in the woods, but then the monster Stalker is just catching up. The Wind Ranger being better, but then the wolf in the woods is better at juking. There's Oracle for the secondary reinforcement. Too late, 2 seconds too late. And 458 goes down. Noya is able to teleport. No, he is dead right now. He was just casted. It's his end. The Oracle has spoken, and the Oracle has predicted it will be the end of Wind Ranger, and so she speaks.
More fuel for my fire.
There's the snowball. Warlock again in the rut. Ice Shards blocked again. Good block. Double gang. But then Joe BZ will die first. But then Black will be chasing down Jakiro and dying in the process. So Jakiro just goes down in exchange of Warlock. Warlock just not having much of a thing there. Footwork is a problem. There's the Laguna Blade, and in your face just brought an in your face
Bottom tower is under attack.
to standing to ping Vinchek. And now there's another hit there, but then